Hello, it is Tuesday, January 24th, 2023. I'm Chris Remo, and welcome back to the New York Times Crossword Daily Solve. It is a Tuesday puzzle today, so hopefully today's puzzle accords with the early week reputation for approachable, gentle solves because I'm running a bit late, so I'll need to complete this quickly. And it is a Tuesday puzzle, as I said, so hopefully it's cooperative with my needs. In any case, this hopefully quick edition of the Daily Solve has been brought to us by Lewis Williams, Ryan Eves, Connor O'Neill, and, as always, the invaluable Timothy Mark and the indomitable Shulmaster. So thank you so much to the 5 of them, benefactors of the Daily Solve Patreon campaign, for their generous support in bringing us this series and this channel. I do very much appreciate that. If you'd like to become a benefactor yourself, like those 5, and get the Daily Solve Let's Check the Crosses mug, you can find that at patreon.com/dailysolve or in a link in the description field underneath the video. And at that very same link, of course, you can become a patron at any level you choose and get access to all of the bonus videos that have gone up on the channel to date, as well as the new ones that go up each week. There have been quite a few over the past week, so enjoy those if you're a patron. And do also subscribe to the YouTube channel if you've not done so. Tell a friend if you think you know someone who might enjoy it, and like the videos. You can also, via a link in the description field, join the Daily Solve Discord chat server. Nice friendly chat community. All right, let's move on to the puzzle. Shouldn't waste any more time. So this is a collaborative construction by Aaron M. Rosenberg. Why do I not able to select things? That's strange. Aaron M. Rosenberg, his second crossword for the New York Times, and Jeff Chen, who has constructed well over 100 crosswords for the New York Times and is the proprietor of the xwordinfo.com website, which compiles an enormous database of information about the New York Times crossword. It was edited, of course, as always, by Will Shortz. So let's start solving, and I can see some circles in the grid. There we go. Something thematic going on. We'll get to those soon enough. To luxuriate is to bask, maybe? To luxuriate in one's... Oh, no, that was strange. All sorts of input surprises today. The keyboard didn't work initially. Include covertly in an email thread is BCC, blind carbon copy. Oh, so what I was going to say here, to bask, to luxuriate in... in your own success or glory or something like that is what that would mean. All right, a clamp that transposes a guitar's pitch would be a capo. So you, as it says in the clue, you clamp it onto the neck of a guitar, and it essentially raises all notes being played by the number of semitones corresponding with the number of frets up the neck that you've clamped. Okay, sounds of bliss looks like ahs. And I think, as usual, the convention is that a sound of bliss... Oh, no, this is not what I would have expected. Oh, right. I would have expected for a sound of bliss 2 H's rather than 2 A's, but it's a completely arbitrary thing and probably is only a convention in my own mind and nobody else's. Electronic device for a person with voice impairment. Speaker something. This will be... I suspect this will relate to these circles here, which will be part of the puzzle's theme. So let's see if we can solve some things around this and figure out what's going on. Okay, a eucalyptus-eating bear is a koala bear, which, of course, is not literally a bear, but the name of the animal is often, it's often referred to as a koala bear, even though we understand that it is not a bear in terms of true classification in the animal kingdom. All right, actress Ward of CSI, New York, and FBI. Sella Ward, this is a name I think I've encountered possibly exclusively in the crossword. I don't know. I think it's unlikely I would recognize this person if I saw a photograph of them, but I certainly recognize her name from the crossword. So Sella Ward, there we go. Okay. I'm surprised to see an E there, to be honest. Unfair dig in an argument, a cheap shot. All right, so no rebus or anything going on, at least in this circled cell. So what is this? Speed, electronic device for a person with voice impairment. I really thought this was going to be an A for something dealing with speech. Oh, no, I guess speech. Right. Sorry, I said something dealing with speech, not realizing that, of course, speech has 2 E's. So a speech box, maybe? Speech, I don't know. San Francisco neighborhood with the GLBT Historical Society Museum, with the Castro neighborhood in San Francisco. Known, among other reasons, for its prominent role in gay rights movement and that sort of thing. Okay, Vietnamese New Year Tet holiday. And witnessed is seen. If you've witnessed something, you've seen it. And to go through one of life's significant moments is to pass a milestone. There we go. That looks, are these types of teas? So we have Assam and then maybe chai. So speech aid, right. Electronic device for a person with voice impairment, a speech aid. So here we have chai, we have Assam, we have, why can't I jump to what that is? That's annoying. Let's keep going. Hurry, we're late. ASAP? I don't think that's very likely. Mac alternatives could be PCs, so Macintosh computers, personal computers, Windows machines. Bread that may be stuffed with shawarma could be pita bread. You could have a shawarma wrap in a pita bread. Not really a wrap, but you know what I mean. Okay, poker buy-in is an ante. You put down money to play in a poker game. Hurry, I see. Come on. It's a contraction of come on, of course. So hurry, we're late. Come on. I see. Okay. Took me some crosses to get that. Egotists, the party can start now. I'm here. Therefore, the party can begin. Oh, oolong. Right. Oolong tea. There we go. All right. So we have chai, Assam, oolong. Very good. So we'll have one more tea in the grid soon enough. If you choose something, you elect it. And journalist, political analyst Nate Cohn somebody? I think I've sort of, that name is familiar. Let's just try it and see if that works. I'm not that gullible. One pitching in is a helper. There we go. And sci-fi or horror is a genre. So there we go. Great. Okay, so this looks plausible. It's hard to imagine what other vowel this would be with the CHN there. So mind reader's ability in brief would be ESP, extrasensory perception. I think that was in the crossword yesterday or the day before. What free TV usually comes with? Ads. Yeah, I suppose that is largely true. I was going to say the BBC here in the UK doesn't have ads, but of course, Freeview, if you watch Freeview channels in the UK, you do have to pay a television license fee, so it's arguably not strictly free. Response from someone who merely glanced at an online post, maybe. Too long, didn't read. There we go. Response from someone, right. So the TLDR is often used, I guess it's used in two ways in online posts. In one way, it's used as sort of a sort of jokey, disparaging comment to simply say, your post was too long, I didn't read it. But it's also used as a way to preface a quick summary, to say, well, if you found this post too long and didn't read it, here is a quick summation of what I said. A quick plunge in a lake, for instance, could be a dip. A hubbub could be an ado, a big sort of commotion or fuss. Cataclysm in the lore of many world cultures, right? So many cultures have a foundational flood myth, which is sort of an interesting overlap. Black and white cookie is an Oreo classic. The official cookie of the New York Times crossword. We actually haven't seen one in a while in the crossword that I recall anyway. It's been maybe a few weeks. So there we go. A black and white cookie. It's clued about as simply as it could be clued, I suppose. In this case, unusually. Often we get these increasingly tortured clues to avoid repeating past clues. I wonder if this one surely has been used verbatim, I would think. Professional occupation, your métier? I mean, it's certainly valid, but there might be other possibilities I'm not thinking of, so let's check the crosses. Low-frequency speaker, a woofer. Okay, it's not a métier. A career. There we go. Professional occupation is one's career. That's a closer match than métier anyway, so it's a better answer. Quiets is calms. So quiets as a noun rather than a verb here, I think. And if you're opposed to something, you're averse to it. To pilot a plane is to aviate if you're an aviator. And like apartments and many tuxedos, often those things are rented rather than owned. Maya, who designed the Vietnam Veterans Memorial, Lynn. Okay, interesting. So there we go. I wouldn't have known that name off the top of my head, so needed those crosses there. Unleavened Passover staple, matzo. This sort of distinctive unleavened dough. Okay, sharp turn is a zig or a zag, I suppose. Could be either, presumably. If you have the upper hand, you have the edge, and an Oktoberfest vessel could be a stein, a beer stein. So zig rather than zag there. All right. Not feeling it, meh. It was all right. Not feeling it, not great, meh. Long-running CBS police drama. I don't know. Maybe this isn't meh, but nah, because NCIS is one of these, the sort of Naval Crime Investigation Service or something. It's probably not exactly that. But, right. Last time this was in the crossword, I think I guessed what it was, and I think I might have gotten it correct. I might have, maybe it was just the naval bit that I got right. I'm not sure. In any case, scratch like an unhappy tabby. To claw at something. If an unhappy tabby cat is scratching something, it would be clawing at it. Designer Gucci, Aldo Gucci of the Gucci fashion mark, and challenge for a translator, maybe an idiom, right? Idiomatic language is difficult to translate because usually it literally makes no sense. Like it's raining cats and dogs, that sort of thing. Me too, so do I. There we go, straightforward enough. All right, have we looked at this part of the grid yet? Moves, oh, what about this? What a UFO might turn out to be. Oh, weather balloon. Oh, herbal tea, right. That's a bit of I'm a bit conflicted about this. Because chai, Assam, well, chai is sort of a preparation, and Assam, oolong are teas. Herbal tea isn't technically tea. It doesn't, in the sense that it doesn't come from the tea plant, and it's obviously a whole category that includes, it's sort of an undifferentiated category that includes sort of every kind of beverage that's steeped in this manner that isn't actual tea. So it feels like a bit of a cop-out, but it is impressive to get it into an answer. Getting a herbal out of weather balloon is very clever. So that, I think, redeems it. Okay, so anyway, oops, sorry. Loaded up another tab for a moment there. Moves like a dog's tail is wags. Horse in Latin is equus. There we go. Took me a second. We blank please. We aim to please. So what about this? EPA pollution stat. Okay, so the Environmental Protection Agency pollution stat would be air quality index, AQI. And clogs is a machine or process, gums up the works. Surgeon's stitch is a suture. Okay, if one is clear-headed, one is sober, so that fills in sub here. Red October in the Hunt for Red October, right, the name of the submarine in the, I guess, book and film of the same name. I'm not that gullible. Oh, sure. Oh, I see. Oh, sure, used sort of sarcastically. So, oh, sure, I'm not that, can't get me with that one. Sordid tail would be a... Is this not oh, sure? What if this... I would have imagined it was. Elephant of children's literature is Babar. Babar the elephant. I do remember those books. Sky blue could be azure. Oh, sleazy. Right, okay. Sordid is a sleazy tail, a sordid tail. There we go. Okay. And one of the Starks on Game of Thrones. I've not actually seen Game of Thrones. I have heard the name Ned Stark. I know that I have heard people refer to that character. I'm not sure about this one. Breather could be arrest. Space missions that collect data without landing. Flybys would make sense. There we go. Actor Neil Patrick Harris, I think he spells his name Neil. Some Neils spell Neal. That doesn't look right to me in the context of this particular person. So Christmas tree is a fir. Distilled coal product used to preserve wood. Distilled coal, I don't know. Wonder if I'll recognize it when I see it. I'm not sure if I will. With little effort is easily. There we go. Some travel packages could be tours. You could be sold some sort of tour package. Impulse could be an urge to do something, a sort of inner desire to do something. An ice cream brand is Edie's, right? That is one. And swanky party could be a gala. On again as a flame or romance. Reignited. You could reignite a flame or romance. And of course, flame is also used idiomatically to refer to a romantic partner. I guess most frequently a former one in the context of the phrase old flame. Bold way to solve a Sudoku in ink, I suppose. Some would say the same about crosswords. Distilled coal product used to preserve wood. Okay, I don't think I recognize this. Oh, tar oil. I was looking for it to be one word. Right. Okay, tar oil. There we go. Okay, that does sound more familiar. This looks like, oh, this is going to be boba latte, beverage mixed with tapioca pearls, or a description of this puzzle circled letters. Right. Wait. Oops. Wait a second. No. Bubble tea. Okay. It's on the right track with boba. Bubble tea. There we go. Okay, I was thinking, how does this in any way refer to those? Also, I wasn't realizing that the vowels were incorrect. But in any case, bubble tea. There we go. A beverage mixed with tapioca pearls. Indeed, boba tea, bubble tea. So we have created bubble tea by spelling tea in these bubbles. That elevates the theme for me a bit, that the circles aren't just sort of generic elements. The circles themselves also actually represent a specific, I guess in this case, sort of substance that is itself thematically relevant and referenced in the revealer. So I really approve of that. That does. If it had just been these four, I think I would have found it a bit underwhelming. I think that this is a cute little capper in the revealer that I appreciate. Article of cricket equipment, so you could have a cricket bat, so that makes for Arya Stark here, okay. Presumably that is correct. And a breather is a rest. I don't think I looked at that before. Roughly half of binary code would be ones, and then roughly the other half would be zeros. Binary, of course, all zeros and ones. Notary public's authorizing stamp is a seal when you get something signed by, notarized by a notary public. They stamp it with a seal. If you're in the area, you're near. And Dr. Dre must have performed at the Super Bowl 56 halftime show, I suppose. So that makes for a green that might go in a smoothie, would be kale. You could sometimes blend kale in a smoothie, and there we go. There we go. Not the absolute quickest, breeziest Tuesday solve I've ever experienced, but I should be good time-wise. So that worked out fine. So we'll quickly reveal our theme here. We had chai concealed within our speech aid, Assam concealed within our pass a milestone phrase, which I guess you could also consider an idiom. Oolong contained within too long didn't read, and finally herbal contained within our weather balloon. I think this is actually my favorite container, even though I took issue with the presence of herbal as compared to chai, Assam, and oolong. But that's fine. I find herbal inside weather balloon to be a very sort of nice, pithy little container there. It's very tight. And it contains a high percentage of the, it's like a good half, almost half of the clue. Anyway, all of that is referred to by a revealer, which is the, in this case, vertically oriented answer that ties the whole theme together. Not just the answer, but by way of its clue as well. So we have beverage mixed with tapioca pearls, which is bubble tea, or a description of this puzzle's circled letters, of course, which are varieties of tea, arguably circled with bubbles. Very good. And that was our Tuesday crossword by Aaron M. Rosenberg and Jeff Chen. Hope you enjoyed it. And with that, I will take my leave to claw back as much time as I can in the next few minutes. This was the Tuesday puzzle. I'll be back, of course, tomorrow for the Wednesday puzzle. I hope you join me for that. But until then, please do have an excellent remainder of your Tuesday. Take care.